Hey guys, it's Shauna. I hope you're doing great. So in this video, I'll share with you how I got into astrology and how I learned astrology. This is a question that I get from a lot of you, so I thought I'd make a video about it. And I am in a car right now, so my background is not as glamorous as Costa Rica, but I just felt like making the video right now. I felt inspired and my hair looks really good. I just got it done today. Thus, the video is coming to you in this car right now. So with astrology, it's something that I got into pretty early on in a general way, but then I didn't learn how to read birth charts until much later in life. So when I was around 12 or 13, I got two books from my grandma, and some of you know this. I got one book that was on astrology, the Big Book of Birthdays, and then I got another book that had yoga and meditation and Tai Chi in it. And I just remember being enamored by these books. I remember sitting in my room and looking over them and thinking they were so cool and that astrology was so cool. Just the fact that you could tell things about someone from their birthday. And so astrology was something that I always was interested in, I would read about, but I didn't really get into birth charts until maybe my mid to late 20s was when I really started to study birth charts. And for me, astrology has always interested me from a psychological perspective, from a personality and character type of perspective. When I was a junior in high school, I took a psychology class, and in that class we took the Myers-Briggs tests, where they're basically like you answer about 50 questions and you get like an archetype of your personality. And I was like blown away. I was like, oh my god, like because it said all of these things about me, that I was like introverted and all of this stuff, and I was like, how do they know? It was crazy. So I share that with you because there are so many different kinds of astrology. Some astrology is actually used for prediction. Some astrology is used for mundane matters, like matters of the world. And then a lot of astrology now in our current times is used from a more psychological perspective. And that is what I choose to focus on at this point in time, at least, is to connect to the psyche, to the soul, the emotions, and a person's day-to-day life. So when I was about 28, I got divorced. I decided to pursue a different career path, and around that same time, I started to get really interested in astrology, more just because I wanted to figure out what the fuck to do with my life. And so I started getting more into birth charts, and I strangely met several astrologers through the course of maybe about a year or so who really encouraged me to learn more about astrology and to practice it. And they taught me how to read birth charts. The thing is, and I think a part of that was synchronistic. One of the mentors for astrology that I met, I just happened to meet her. It was a very chance encounter, and I ended up studying with her for a little bit. But the thing is that the way that I learned astrology was through definitely studying with other people and reading books, but the real way that I learned and that I figured out that I liked it and that it was something that I wanted to pursue was just by doing readings, was just by literally practicing. And it was, I think the month was like October 2014 when I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I like this astrology thing. And I did about 50 readings in the course of a month, and they were brief. They weren't they weren't in person. They were all online. I was in a lot of online networking groups, and so I had access to a lot of people that were ready and willing to get an astrology reading. So that's my background, and I share that with you to take it with a grain of salt, because everyone's experience is different and everyone wants to get something different out of astrology. You may be looking to get something different out of astrology than I have. And that being said, I find that the best astrologers that I know, they have really honed their skills through experience, through talking to people and reading charts and looking at an individual's chart and then talking to that person about it. Celebrity charts can be helpful, but I find that actually having a dialogue is invaluable when you're trying to learn astrology, because you can actually compare what's in the chart to what the person's actually telling you, and it allows for a more vulnerable and real life experience that isn't dramatized by celebrity examples and things like that. So that's my story with astrology. That being said, I'd love to hear from you. How have you come across astrology? How are you learning astrology? Whether you're a beginner or you consider yourself advanced, what are the ways in which you've learned astrology, and what does it mean to you? So with that, I will leave it at that. Comment below and let me know. I always love connecting with you guys and hearing what is up in your life. So until next time, sending lots of love, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.